Hello, everyone. Give me 1 second here. I got to take care of some stuff. All right, so hold that. The other tablet. You take it for a tour. You got to hit the live TikTok too when you get a chance.
Boom. Okay, guys, we are at the Creeper Gallery. I'm just getting TikTok started here as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A nice Wednesday. I'm actually feeling a little more like myself. I'm going to take you out to the front real quick so you guys can see. Look at that. Huh? Aren't these charming fellows? Right there. Know what you want to come and see? So like I said, we are at the Creeper Gallery on Main Street in New Hope, 129. There she be. It's a beautiful day. A beautiful display. I know the glass makes it really hard with a reflector, but I'm just trying to give you guys an idea. I don't know how well you guys get to see it when John's here. I don't know if you can see that this is the goat clown. I know the sun is in the background, sorry. But this guy right here. Could that be a likeness to me, maybe? What do y'all think? Could that be my monument? Two-headed clown. All right. So now I'm going to take you up the stairs into the Creeper Gallery for Donna's main room, where she has all her artworks and oddities, things for sale. Talking about her artwork right there. Walk right into one. And I know John thinks I'm crazy, and that's acceptable. But I always do this thing when I walk in here. What can I see and spy that's new? And she's always bringing in new things, such as this guy right here. Again, there's just so much to take in. So everyone that's popping on, hi, how are you? We're going to get ready to get started in a moment. Just wanted to show you around real quick what Donna has on display here. This, I was fascinated with this when I walked in. This is a picture frame with a secret hidden compartment where you can store things. I kind of thought that was kind of cool. They were sneaky back in the day, weren't they? This is going to be our first item tonight. We are going to do the candelabra. Let me take you back here. I really can't. I can see stuff on TikTok, but I can't see the comments over on YouTube. So I'm sorry for that, guys. Otherwise, I'd be saying hi to all of you. Just give you an idea. If I'm moving a little too fast, I'm sorry. There's such a creep factor when you walk in here. I get a kick at it. This is what did she say it was? A memorial, pet memorial from England. It's actually paws of a dog. And saving the best for last here, the red room. Enter at your own risk. Our protection wall, as I call it. This is the deemed dangerous room. I'm standing on the outside of it. I'm not going in there. Hello to everybody that's coming on. Hope you guys are all having a great week. I know the weather has been amazing. John's laughing at me because I don't have his skill sets.
Great ad libber.
Right?
Sure.
I'm not. You know me, I'm like, all the cases here, each one with different items that are haunted. And there are a few things that are not in the cases that are here, like the Neil praying bench, the chair, the little child's chair, paintings. The dollhouse is the one that really got me, of a child that was abducted. I don't know if you guys just heard that, but there was a sound behind that dollhouse. The dolls. Jacob's knife. There's a lot of stuff in here. That's empty because we pulled something out that we're going to investigate tonight. Just give you a real quickie. Mr. Ruggiero, would you like to say hello?
Hello, how's the weather by you?
Peachy.
Good.
How about
I
you?
hope
You heard that sound right behind that dollhouse when I said that, didn't you? That was kind of crazy.
All right, so we usually could see all the comments on the phones, but we can't, so I have them on the tablet here. So hello everyone. I do see the comments. Donna, Deb, Luann, how's everyone doing? Ann, Jenny, how are you? John McGinnis, what's up? Hey, Dana, Laura.
I gotta go get the
Cheryl, how are you?
flashlight. I'm gonna take you guys back up here real quick on me.
Francis, how's everyone doing? Kathy?
I gotta get a flashlight.
We're gonna do double duty.
She's coming.
Donna wants this whole thing read. And I'm gonna go through the gist.
The getting the gist.
I'm gonna try to.
Go ahead.
So we started this candelabra the week I did I think I did the one doll, and I couldn't
Yeah, I wasn't here.
focus on this, so Chris wanted to try to get this one done. So we're gonna try a little more with this one. Donna really wasn't happy with, I couldn't read all the information and all that other stuff. So we're gonna give it another go. So This card says, I'm just watching the screen, says Haunted Candelabra, owned by Alexander Malcolmson. This item was purchased from the estate of George Malcolmson. Claims are prisms, these are the prisms, violently move and shake, and a dragging sound can be heard in the vicinity of the item. Many claims of shadow figures can be seen in the room where this sat. So I'm going to try to get through the Wikipedia information quickly as I can. So Alexander, born June 1865, died in August of 1923. He was a coal dealer from Detroit, Michigan, who bankrolled Henry Ford's first successful foray into the automobile manufacturing, the Ford Motor Company. So, this guy had money. He bankrolled
Ford.
Henry
Can you
Ford.
imagine that?
His early life was, he was born 1865 in Dalry, Ayrshire, Scotland, immigrated to Detroit at the age of 15, coming over with his widower father and staying with his uncle and the family. He immediately began working in a grocery store, then went into business for himself after purchasing a small grocery. So again, this guy was ambitious, went to work and then owned his own store. He soon switched to dealing in coal, eventually buying out several competitors, emerging as a major dealer owning 6 coal yards by 1902. In addition to his coal yards, Malcolmson invested in a variety of projects outside the coal business. In 1895, Malcolmson hired a young clerk, James Cousins, later became the mayor of Detroit and a senator, to work at his firm. Malcolmson, this person, Alexander, he married Sarah Mickleborough in 1889, and they had 6 children.
Oof.
Mary, Helen, Grace, George, Alexander, and Alan. Sarah died in 1902. I guess his first wife died in 1902.
So what was the
So they
sense?
were only married. Oh, that's weird. And then he married Alice in 1903, a year later. And that marriage produced 2 daughters. So he had 8 kids together. Or was it 6 children? Mary, Helen, Grace was 3, George 4, Alexander. Yeah, he had 6 kids by two marriages. Malcolmson knew Henry Ford when the latter had worked at the Detroit Edison Company in 1902. With his involvement in the Henry Ford Company coming to an end, Ford approached Malcolmson to bankroll his new automotive company. He raised the capital. Malcolmson and Ford agreed to form a company. They developed a new automobile. Details of the partnership are written down and signed by each man witnessed. Ford designed the Model A, an inexpensive car designed to be sold for $750. This just goes on to say they moved
Let's talk
to a
about
building.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information, again, about his entire life. A larger business. Both Malcolmson and Gray, blah, blah, blah. The Dodge brothers. Well, actually, it had something to do with Dodge, too. It says that they agreed to purchase parts for over $160,000 from John and Horace Dodge. Additional purchases for small amounts were made for numerous suppliers. However, the young firm quickly had trouble making payments to the Dodge brothers due to slow sales. Malcolmson turned to John S. Gray, president of Detroit German American Bank. Gray, so they got more investors.
So that's his business
Yeah,
acumen.
this is his
That's
whole
all his
business
business acumen.
But Donna wanted me to read a lot of his life, and the end at Ford. He formed Aerocar to produce luxury automobiles later on after he left Ford. and they demanded that he give up his shares with Ford. When he did it, he refused. However, Henry Ford was still upset at being dictated by Malcolmson, and with Cordonson's help and without Malcolmson's involvement, Ford established the Ford Manufacturing Company explicitly to make parts for Ford Motor Company. I'm just trying to again. Obviously, go back into business, running the coal supply business. So this is really, I mean,
It's just a business cume, the history of the business, right? And then all of the stuff that he just
again,
like
Donna wanted you to,
yeah, like to
know.
understand these connections that he had through his life.
He came from nothing really. He was a grocery clerk, came to this country,
got into coals,
bought a
bankrolled,
store, got into the coal business, built that up to be huge, and then invested in.
So it's Alexander that's attached to this.
This was purchased from George Malcolmson. I don't know if George isn't on the list.
No, it says that on the history thing. Did you read that one?
Yeah, but George isn't on the list as one of his siblings. So
son. It says son. He has a son named George.
Where'd you see that?
You read it.
Did I?
Yeah, George was one of the sons.
George W. Alexander. Yeah.
So
that was from his first marriage.
So could this be from George?
George or Alex, or the sibling? Who knows if it was in the house?
Because the name on the plaque here says George, Malcolm's son.
So that Alexander was his father.
But it's yes.
Yeah, the claims are that they heard shaking or.
So these prisms, which are very heavy, they supposedly move very violently, and as you can tell, they're still right now. As long as we don't move and we don't do anything, we don't hit them, they stay pretty still. So that's one of the claims. And the other claim is that there's dragging. There's a dragging sound, right? And this thing is very heavy.
And shadow figures.
And shadow figures.
In the room where they sat.
So it's very, very heavy. So you want to turn that on and start the process of what you want to do. These are really beautiful. I don't know if you guys get a really good shot of these, but these are gorgeous. The comments
are right there in front of you.
Okay. And that can go to red light too if you click it again.
Yeah, because I really want red. Is that better?
Yeah. Oh, that's creepy. That's you in a nutshell.
Speaking of nutshells, I'm going to start now. So, what we're going to do first is what we always do first is did you tell me the address of the Creeper Gallery?
Yeah, 129 South Main Street.
Because we're on Main Street in New Hope, there's a lot of activity outside the building. Cars driving by, people walk by every now and then. They also have people that live upstairs, so we don't hear right now. So maybe they're out. Knock on wood. So we try to communicate in as many different ways as we can. One of which is through a spirit box and just do a recording session as if we were doing an EVP session, but with a spirit box. So I have the spirit box on this side right by the Candelabra. I have my recorder right here. So I'm going to turn the recorder on. And we're going to do this. We're going to listen back. And then we're going to bring the Candelabra into the room with all the equipment and explain that as well. So I'm turning the recorder on now. Any noise you hear is going to be me until I get ready. I don't know what you're doing.
Stopping the prisms. Hey, Sally. Happy anniversary, by the way.
I'm looking for the name Alexander or George Malcolmson. My name is John. We spoke for a little while, a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Chris is with me this time. So, George, if George is here, please say your name. Alex or Alexander, if this is you, please say your name. If it's any of the other children, please say your name. Who's here? So we read the whole history of Alexander. We know he came over to this country with his father. He started as a grocery clerk, then owned his own store. I mean, what a self-starter, go-getter, entrepreneur who made really a lot of his life. The Ford company is still around today. Do you know that? What was the model of the first Ford car that you helped finance or bankroll? That was a female. So, George, if you're here, could you give me the name of one of your siblings? Any of them? Alexander, what was your first wife's name? Same name as my daughter, actually. What was your second wife's name? I hear somebody saying a lot of things here. The shaking that people see from the Candelabra, is that just for attention or is that out of frustration? Or are you just messing with people? Who are they seeing in the shadow? Which one of you is that? All right, so there were
A couple of words. There were
there
a
was
few
more than a couple.
statements.
There was a lot.
So it doesn't say anything about what happened with his first wife?
She died.
Oh, that she passed away
Yeah.
after having 6 kids with him?
Yeah.
So having 6 kids, he probably had to.
I think that's what it says. And then you have your flashlight? Sort of down the middle somewhere.
I see where he was married.
And then a year later, he was married again.
A year later.
Maybe she didn't pass. Maybe.
I don't see anything
You don't
that.
see anything about her dying?
No.
No.
Oh, died 1902,
Yeah.
and then he married
A
Alice.
year later, he's married again.
Well, kids. That was the thing back
Yeah,
then.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, this is better with just my light.
All right, so we're going to listen back again, then we're going to bring the candelabra in the back. Just shut off. No. And now, any noise you hear is going to be me until I get ready. I don't know what you're doing.
Stopping the prisms. Hey, Sally. Happy anniversary.
I'm looking for the name Alexander or George Malcolmson. My name is John. My name is John. My name is John. You know what it sounds like?
Seems like common.
George.
What?
I don't. He was from Detroit. Now, if he was from like Boston or something, it sounds like a person with like a Massachusetts accent with how they would say karma. From I hear this sounds like or this feels like karma, like karma, but it's like comma. This feels like comma. Here, listen.
Wait, we're Scottish. I'm from Scotland.
Alexander or George Malcolmson. My name is John. This feels like comma. My name is John.
Yeah.
Like this,
I get
I
that
don't know if
accent.
they say
My name
karma.
is John.
It feels like something.
We spoke for a little while.
Happy anniversary, Deb.
Maybe a month ago. Chris is with me this time. Good morning, John. Chris is with me this time. Holy shit, you hear that?
It's clear.
Chris is with me this time. Oh my God.
That was clear.
George, if George is here, please say your name. How very polite. Alexander, if this is you, please say your name. If it's any of the other children, please say your name. Who's here? How polite was that? So we read the whole history of Alexander. We know he came over to this country with his father. He started as a grocery clerk, then owned his own store. What a self-starter, go-getter, entrepreneur who made really a lot of his life. The Ford company is still around today. Do you know that? What was the motto of the first Ford car that you held? Financed or bankrolled? Of the first Ford car that you held? Financed or bankrolled? A female asked him, "Are you tired?" Of the first Ford car that you held? And then he said, "It's a start." Financed or bankrolled? Are you
retired?
Oh, you retired?
Yeah.
You retired. It's a start. Financed or bankrolled? Yeah, you retired. It's a start. Like they're talking to each other. George, if you're here, could you give me the name of one of your siblings? Any of them? Alexander, what was your first wife's name? Same name as my daughter, actually. I remember that. I remember that. He didn't say her name. He said, "I remember that." I remember that. What was your second wife's name? Not how that feels. Not how it feels. I hear somebody saying a lot of things here. Same voice. The shaking that people see from the candelabra, is that just for attention or is that out of frustration? Or are you just messing with people? It's the same man's voice. Who are they saying in the shadow? Which one of you is that? So, good morning, John. I love that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I started right off with you.
Pretty damn good.
All right. So you want to take it to the back now?
All right.
No. I'm curious if we can get any interaction with him back there. This is heavy, guys. It's got some weight to it, that's for sure. Sounds like wind chimes.
I'll come back and get the recorder.
Okay. I could put it on here. I'm going to follow John in there. I'm just grabbing a few things, guys. Just give me a second here. There we go. I hear your chimes.
I'm gonna need light. I can't see
I'm coming.
anything back here.
Right behind you, sir. There we go. I mean, you can't mistake those when they move because they make a very distinct sound. You know? I mean, to me, they definitely sound like wind chimes. So I just saw someone on here said they just moved to here and then they can't wait to come to the shop. Definitely won't disappoint when you come here and you finally get to see it for yourself.
Son of a dog.
So right now, John's just setting up stuff around the candelabra.
You gonna start?
Yeah.
You really are?
Yeah.
You're gonna start?
Yeah.
Explain. Put the bell.
Well, I'm gonna let you explain real quick the equipment, and I'm gonna go grab the card just so I have information correct.
All right, so that's a good shot on TikTok. Oh, hello. Turn that down a little bit. Okay, so around the candelabra, you can see the cat balls going off. Those two circles on either side, they're called domes. They react to static electricity. So if anything with static electricity could move around them, you're going to see one light. Wow, that cat ball's going crazy. One light up, and it's going to go around in the direction that the static is moving. Behind the static dome on my right is a REM pod. There we go again. We got bells and we got cat balls already. Is a REM pod. Anything breaks the antenna in the back, you're going to see lights and hear sounds. There's another dome on the left. There's cat balls in the front that need to be touched in order to twinkle. And then there's this thing here that anything comes in proximity, either side, right hand side is going to turn red, left hand side is going to turn green. So I'm demonstrating that for Alexander, for George, and anybody else who might be here, that if you move your hand around the triangle, my right, where I'm standing, will turn red, and the green is on the other side. So you can answer green, yes, red, no. That's going to reset itself in a minute. But you could move your hand on either side to answer yes or no, along with the little twinkly balls. There's yes and no there. You could touch either one of them to answer. The circular things will just light up to let us know you're there, along with the circular object in the antenna in the back will make music. These lights that are up here, they're energy lights. If you were to move around anywhere up there, they're just going to change colors like the rainbow. Nothing will hurt you, I promise you. We only use this stuff to communicate with you and to interact because we can't see you, we can't hear you. And then we have the bell over there in the corner, right there, that you could just press down and ring like you've done already twice. So I'm going to try something before Chris. Before Chris starts here. Well, I still have the push that back.
You were good. It just caught the.
So this is a therm. You really can't see it. No, it doesn't come through good on the screen. This is a thermal imager. What am I seeing? Is that the candelabra?
I can actually see it on the screen.
I don't know if that's the Candelabra.
It might be reflecting light.
No, it ain't even, it's not about reflecting. It's a silhouette of something.
Really?
I don't know if that's just the candelabra. Yeah, it probably is. That looks like a head up there. Must be setting that off. But I don't see anything with a heat signature. I just wanted to check that. You got to reset the REM pod.
Okay.
That's the temperature thing going off.
So that's underneath, right?
Yeah. And I just looked at the temperature in here, and it's a balmy 75 degrees. Yeah.
Okay. So.
How do you like that new red filter, huh? Spooky.
Well,
I don't really care for it.
Heather said that it gives the creepy vibe of.
I think it makes it look like we're on Mars, but that's me.
It makes you feel like you're on Mars.
It looks like you're on Mars.
Well, here's the thing. It allows for you to see all the light interaction without it, because our other lights actually would create where it would blur out the reactions.
Whatever. You guys like this red light? I mean, I think it looks like we're investigating on Mars, but that's me. Thank you. So do they.
You know what? John, the spirit world is John's world, 100%, not mine. I give up. So, Alexander, this is, well, actually, it doesn't say that. It says, owned by Alexander Malcolmson. This item was purchased from the state of George Malcolmson. So this had to have been his son.
There you go.
Yes, this was your son, wasn't it? So what is it about this? You came over here from another country.
It's giving me a headache a little. It's half and half. Some are saying they like it. Others are saying it looks like a brothel. You got to get rid of that. It's horrible.
That's a good idea. Why don't you do this too?
It's just people. You want to read it?
No, that's not what bothers me. I am trying to.
Oh, go ahead then. Sorry,
but
I won't say a word.
If this is Alexander, and maybe this was near and dear to your son because this belonged to you. I do know that his name is on the plaque in front of this candelabra. And again, why would, it's decorative? Was it something that was given? Was it something that was gifted to you? Was it something that meant something so much to your son that he had his name put on it? Because this is not the typical, this had to have been something that used for elaborate, right? John?
I could have just been in there. You saw the places we went today, how people, there's all that decorative antique stuff.
This is very elaborate.
I mean, it could have been on top of a dresser or, in the middle of a table somewhere.
Well, it is gorgeous and beautiful. We're just trying to figure out with all of the things that you've done, the coal, with Henry Ford, with the Model T, Dodge, grocery stores. What is it about this candelabra that you're attached to? Does it signify something for you? Does it signify your success? Again, John showed you how all this stuff works, and you've already shown that the bell is something that you understand. Yes, well, that was right on. So, does this represent something to you? Does it represent your success? You could either ring the bell or you could touch anything that's up there by your candelabra. Could you do that for me, Alexander? So John also stated as well that it seemed like when you responded to questions he asked out there, that you had a bit of an accent. Were you trying to say karma? Did you have a bit of a brogue? Did you ever lose your accent when you started working here at 15? Very good. So you lost it. Was that because you just started imitating what other people were saying to fit in? because I do know Scottish accent is a really thick and it's really hard to understand. And again, for you to be as successful as you became, you must have worked really hard at it. So again, I'm going to ask you, Alex, if this is Alex, could you touch something up there on the table right next to your candelabra? Could you do that for me? Just let me know that it's you that I'm speaking to. Could you do that for me, please? I know you know the bell. And it seems to be your preferred way of communicating, but could you touch something on the table? Just, you're a very smart man, just to show me that it's you that I'm talking to and you understand me. Could you do that for me, please? I mean, no disrespect. I just want to make sure that we're talking. You could also make the prisms on your candelabra move if you want. That's one of the claims, that they start to move. Do you know if they start to move? We heard there's dragging, there's shadows. Is there anything that you can do now? Please don't hold back. Now's the time. I know John tried to talk to you at one point for a very little bit. We're going to try a little bit more tonight just to see if we can get anything from you. And if you feel like you need to move some of the prisms, do that. That's another form of way we can communicate with you. If not, I'm going to try to do an EVP session with you where I'm going to try to record your voice. Would that be okay? You can ring the bell if that's okay. Got to help me out here, Alexander. Would you prefer that I call you Mr. Malcolmson? Okay, Mr. Malcolmson. My apologies. Mr. Malcolmson, was George Malcolmson your son? Was he your grandson? Was he a descendant of yours? Was he your brother? Do you not wish to answer? So I'm going to count to 10. And if you could ring the bell or light something when I get up to the amount of children you had, could you do that for me? Again, this is just another way to communicate. Okay, thank you. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 children? Did you have more than 10 children? Or you just felt you didn't want to answer that? That'd have been cool if we got to 8.
He had 6.
Well, no, he had 6 with the first wife and then 2
with the other,
2 daughters. Well, how about we do this? How many sons did you have? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, you don't want to answer that. Okay, we're going to try to do an EVP. I am going to warn you guys, it might be a little bit difficult. We're going to try because there are people upstairs right now. So let's give it a shot. If you want to shut that off, if that's, or go to white lights, I do have the other flashlights right there, John, on the table, right next to the red light. They're right there. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
They're right there. Here, you can take this one.
No, go ahead. People are kind of mixed. Half like it and half don't.
Okay. I'm gonna set the recorder. This is what I'm gonna use. We're gonna ask questions. Anyone that's out there watching, if you have questions that I'm not asking, I'm gonna ask a few questions, and I'm gonna turn to John, and he's gonna ask the questions for you that you guys want to ask. Okay? This is how we can all do this together. So, Mr. Malcolmson.
Wait a minute. Thought I heard people out there. All right. I thought I heard people right outside.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this right up by your candelabra. And we're just gonna ask questions, okay? I'm gonna set this right here. That's me, guys. I'm gonna shut that off. First session. Oh, it's on pause. First session with Mr. Malcolm's Candelabra. Did your son, or was your son the last owner of this item? Could you tell me the name of the person whom we are speaking with, please? My name is Ms. Theron. Could you tell me what your name is, please? How many wives did you have? You had children with both wives. Could you tell me how many you had total? Could you tell me where you originally came from? Out of all the things that you accomplished, Mr. Malcolmson, what was the one that you're most proud of? Was it the grocery stores? Was it the coal? Or was it your involvement with the automobile industry? I know John asked this earlier, but I'm going to ask it again. Could you please tell me, Mr. Malcolmson, the name of your first wife? Could you explain why people hear dragging sounds around this candelabra?
Were any of your children twins? Was that candelabra a gift from someone to your family or your father or to you? That's it.
Thank you.
Just in time for the motorcycle.
Yeah, right on time, right? I have to switch here so you could do this.
Is it on?
Mm-hmm. First session with Mr. Malcolm's Candelabra. Did your son, or was your son the last owner of this item? Could you tell me the name of the person whom we are speaking with, please? My name is Ms. Theron. Could you tell me what your name is, please? How many wives did you have? You had children with both wives. Could you tell me how many you had total? Could you tell me how many you had total?
Sounds like
Tell
8.
me how many you had total?
8.
We're talking about wives.
Children with both wives. Could you tell me how many you had total?
Kids?
Yeah. 8. Do it again.
You had children with both wives. Could you tell me how many you had total?
Right there. 8.
Could you tell me where you originally came from? Out of all the things that you accomplished, Mr. Malcolmson, what was the one that you're most proud of? Was it the grocery stores? Was it the coal? Or was it your involvement with the automobile industry? I know John asked this earlier, but I'm going to ask it again. Could you please tell me, Mr. Malcolmson, the name of your first wife? Could you explain why people hear dragging sounds around this candelabra?
Are any of your children twins? Was that candelabra a gift from someone to your family or your father? Or to you? That's it.
All right. You wanna try doing something?
I mean, I'll try the this really quick, and I'll try something else. I just won't do it on the planet Mars.
All
It's driving me crazy. Sorry.
The red light also has a white light on it.
I know these things probably look really different to you and complicated.
Yeah, we don't know. It just says that his first wife passed away. That's all we know.
Put that right. I'm gonna put that up here. There, so it's easier for you to reach. Yep. Because it's too close to the either side. So what he's doing that?
It might be, but that's unusual.
Cuckoo clock.
That's unusual. That's not normal. It's not going to reset.
So we're just gonna keep doing that.
Yeah.
Which way's to turn off, right?
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be left. Go left. There you go.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna try something else. This box here, there are 2,000 words in this box here, and people believe that spirits can pick the word they want to say just one at a time and say that word. It won't be in your voice, but it will come through what's called the speaker, this little device right here. So I want you to just try to concentrate. I'm going to put this down. I want you to just try to concentrate one word at a time to kind of tell us something about yourself or your life or anything you want to say to us. I mean, you can do that, okay? I'm going to hit the button now. Just one word at a time. Think, and then say it.
Slip. Win.
Slip and win. Don't know what that means. Anything else? Keep trying. Maybe one of your kids' names, maybe our names, maybe something about the car or the coal or the grocery store, something that we know is relevant to you, that we know that it's you talking to us. Can you do that? I'm going to hold out this lantern too. So that's purple. If you were to come near my hand and touch that, it's going to turn different colors like those pink lights. It'll turn blue, it'll turn yellow, it'll turn orange, it'll turn red. It's just reacting to your energy. I know that sounds kind of strange coming from your era, but that's what we're kind of looking for when we use these things, to give you options to interact with us and to communicate, to show that you're around. Yeah, I know the bell is probably super familiar to you because your time period, early 1900s, I mean, bells were there. I get it. But these are different things. See, they don't hurt me. Oh, see, I touched that and they went off.
I did.
Did you see that?
I did. And the bell went off.
And look, I touch it again and I didn't.
No.
I can't change. Oh, there we go. I can make it change blue. But I did that and then
No,
it did it
up
over
there went off.
See, I'm able to change the colors by touching it. See, you could do the same over there or the same with the same light and it won't hurt you. I promise you, won't hurt you at all. Alexander, we're just trying to figure out if this is you or George. I don't know if I should try one more EVP.
Give it a shot. See who he reacts to.
Kind of loud.
I mean, could you do the Phasma for me? Humor me and try that real quick. The Paratech.
I don't know. So this box is like that box, only this could say more than one word at a time. This could say multiple words. So same thing. I turn this on, you talk out loud, and we may be able to hear you. Okay.
Details.
Details. It measures temperature, electromagnetic fields, energy, and somehow there's a word generator, and you could pick the words that you want to say. Those are the details. Try it with this one. My family. So we've read all about your family. I mean, big family. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, and you acknowledged 8 children.
Sarah, first wife, 6 children, Mary, Helen, George, Alexander, and Alan. Sarah unfortunately passed away. Then you married Alice, and you had daughters Dorothy and Margaret. That was your family. Out. Anything else you want us to know about your family? You're the one who brought your family up. Would you like to tell us something about your family?
Well, interesting enough, someone asked what kind of car did he drive and what color.
Try it again. Yeah, Bell I know is familiar. Touch you. I mean, that's not going to do you any good.
I'd rather you touch that candelabra and get the prisms moving. That would be fantastic.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a shot. How about this?
Uh-oh.
Do you see these circles here? Now watch what happens. See, when I touch them, they change different colors. See that? That's by me touching them. Now you could touch me and touch my hand and make that change a different color. Then you want this way I can see you touch me, because unless I feel it, I have no way of knowing that you're doing that. But I saw a little blink of a light. There we go. Okay. Could you try just one color? How about taking your finger and the color next to me? There's 2 little lights here. How about lighting up one of those colors so it lights up my face a different color, whatever that color is, if it's red, if it's green. How about that? Could you try that? Just so I know it's you and that you're touching my hand or letting me know. Alexander, if this is you, please, one color. George, that's your candelabra, your name's on it. If this is you. Yes, the bell. How about one color here in my hand? Just one. It doesn't take much. You see how easy it was for me to do it.
Give us a little more something to work with. You're a businessman.
Want me to extend it towards the bell? That work better, or towards, well, you're not really going to the candelabra. Okay. I'll try one more EVP. I mean, the spirit box thing, the Good Morning John was pretty good. I mean, that was, you're not always going to get the big bang boom of everything you do. You know, that's unfortunately how this goes. I mean, the tripwires haven't really reacted.
I also have a
except for
funny
once.
feeling that he likes
I got an idea. Sorry, go ahead. What were you going to say?
that he likes to do things on the sly.
So do I. That's what we have in common.
You know, it's like you're not paying attention, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Watch what I do here, George, or Alexander. Boom. Boom. That's me. Here we go.
Thank you, Mom's mom.
Yep. That's what I did. Yeah, I know. Didn't do it to aggravate you. I did it to motivate you. There's a difference. So that's going to stop doing that because I made it do it. hopefully that other thing resets there in the middle with the red and the green. I put a little twinkly ball in every spot where a candle would be. So you could illuminate them. They work different than a candle, of course. They work by tap and touch. And then that individual candelabra spot holder will light up and twinkle. It'd be great if you could make them all twinkle as if the candelabra was completely on with a candle. We should have brought that. I forgot all about it. I didn't know we were doing the candelabra. I would have bought the EMF candles. Yeah. How about one? I'd be happy with just one. One of them, giving them a tap in the hole where the candle holder. One tap. Come on. I know you can do this. You're touching it when it was over there. Oh, I could try a couple of other things, but then, like I said, I mean, you're not going to get the bang boom with everything, you know? I mean, I'm giving it as much of a chance as I can, but the energy doesn't feel
I think
like.
Mr. Malcolmson, like I said, he does things in his own time.
Well, I mean, again, there are different methods for doing different things. Spirit box, he seemed to say a little more,
Mm-hmm.
yet with the objects
Not so
interacting, not as much. You're gonna sometimes it's one or the other or none of it. With his case, it was the spirit box was a big
Again,
part of it.
I would. You're saying ready to move on?
I'm right before I do that, I'm going to do one more thing. I freaked out that spider was crawling along the floor. Though. I'm going to take these out.
Yeah, we have to do our due diligence here. So John's going to give it everything he's got before we move on to see if Mr. Malcolmson would like to interact with us or not in his own way. Sometimes John's right. It's about finding the exact, the perfect thing that they like.
That's not going to work. It's not going to stay up there.
Again, trying to communicate with spirits is like trying to, like when you go fishing sometimes it takes a little bit more. I mean, we've come in here and interacted with, just as a perfect example, Oliver's lunchbox. He was a miner. And the very first time we ever did it, and we were on him for a while, we got nothing. Next time we came in, wow, it was
All right, we'll just try this.
amazing.
And then I'm going to do a hike EVP. Oh, there we go.
I
See
saw that.
That was the one on the left. So, again, energy. That's what makes those. Whoa, bam, there we go. I got it. See that, Alexander or George? I don't give up. I don't give up. I saw that energy surge, and I appreciate that. That was every single light there. Did you see it?
I did.
Every single light there. I wasn't going to give up. I don't know if this is Alexander or George.
And it might be because you put things where his candles go.
Exactly. So, Alexander, bam,
Yeah,
it's you,
that's true, moms.
right? This is you. I appreciate you doing that. There we go. Bam. I told you I'd hit on it.
Finding the right magic.
See? I don't give up, Alexander. Thank
Do
you.
you
for
see
that.
what's
I
happening?
appreciate that.
Do you see what's happening to the prisms? They're swinging a little bit harder.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. It took us a while because, again, I know none of this stuff makes sense to you. And it really shouldn't from when the time period where you were alive. But this is what we use. You're good at the bell. I wanted to see if you could figure out the other stuff. You said good morning to me. I don't know what the time zone is from where you are compared to where we are, but it's nighttime here. It's probably 8 o'clock or after. So I'd say good morning, but it's good evening for us. I'd love to try to hear your voice again, but I think it's going to be
there's a lot of banging upstairs.
impossible to do that. So it's either another spirit box session or what time is it?
It is 8:36.
So it's an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. Alexander, I thank you for finally trying to figure it out and work with us. I apologize for the first time that I spoke with you, that I was distracted and I didn't read the information about your life. I was focused on another person here, but I'm happy that at least you tried this time. And I'm going to go listen back to some of those spirit box, those radio communications, put that together with this stuff here, and maybe we'll revisit this later on. Okay? But I do appreciate you using all that energy that takes a lot to light all that up.
Thank you,
And
Mr.
then you went right
Malcolmson.
over there and lit up the one by the nose. So thank you for doing that. Okay, so we're going to say goodnight.
Good night, Mr. Malcolmson.
And we're going to talk to somebody else. So thank you for speaking with us.
Karen's laughing because the spider scares you, but not spirits.
That spider's hiding out. I saw it with
Yeah, with the red light, you saw him
when we were
going
on
across the
planet
carpet.
Mars, when we were on the planet Mars, I saw it
The
climb
planet
across the surface
Mars.
of Mars, and it was right here,
Oh.
and then I didn't see it anymore. So it's around somewhere.
And the lights just went off while you
Yeah.
were da-da-dee-da-da.
Wait, he didn't like planet Mars either, right, Alexander? You like the red light? Wasn't that creepy? Come on, please give me a bell, and she'll never forgive me. All right, we're gonna say
Oh,
goodnight.
oh.
What I did?
Someone just walked right in behind me.
I thought the spider was in. Yeah, that's you know who over there. We should put her in the bathroom.
Don't say that. You
She's
know who.
distracting me.
I don't even want to deal with that.
That's who it is.
We're gonna go downstairs now and do the next.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that. I've been doing really good, so don't even point that out. Did you push the hair over the doll's face?
This one here? Why would I touch that doll? That's me.
Why is the hair over her face? I keep hearing friggin' footsteps behind me, so I know there's footsteps going on upstairs, but the floor behind me is creaking.
You know what it is.
Yeah, well, stop that, John. You have to stay in the red room.
Yeah, you know what I said. You know who it is. Did you hear that bell? Did you hear that bell? You know who it is. You heard the bell?
I don't want to hear that. You need to
Can I
just,
put
you need
this
to,
right back in there. Or
yes,
should
no, put it right back in.
I know who it is. Keep ringing that bell. Is it you?
He's talking about Elena's doll. You just stay right there.
You want to come out and play?
No, don't invite that, John. No, I'm putting a thing right over. I'm visualizing a plexiglass glass shut down right over here where nothing can come out.
Ring that bell. You want
Nothing.
to come out and play?
No, she can't. I just put a block. She can't come out, so you can forget that. That's over and done with.
Where's my recorder?
There you go. There you go.
T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you a t-shirt. Planet Mars t-shirt.
You put the Planet Mars back on? Ring that bell. Come on. No, you want to.
All right, on to the next one. Woo woo. And this one's on you. I'll read the thing for you, but
turn
this
the
one.
light on and show them
Okay.
in a good light. I love dogs, so for me,
Yeah, Cassie.
So
Why
right.
isn't she locked up? That's right.
as soon as I saw her post a picture of this one, I like this because I
Of
love
course you
dogs. This one's a little creepy looking, no offense. Okay, so the initial card, this card, says the following.
Pay attention to what you're paying attention to.
This card says, George's Doggie. On August 17th, 1872, 7-year-old George Pratt was found beaten by local fishermen in South Boston. Isn't it funny that I said Boston with the other
Yeah.
one? I got karma. I didn't know that he was from Boston. He was the victim of a young serial killer named Jesse Pomeroy. Pomeroy? Pomeroy.
What?
Jesse Pomeroy.
Pomeroy.
Oh, God. He mutilated young George but let him live.
Oh,
There goes TikTok and everything. We're about to get kicked off of there. This stuffed dog was his favorite toy and comforted the boy. Claims our disembodied voices and shadow figures have been seen around the dog. George Pratt. So now we have.
hold on. Hold that back up, please. Thank you.
I'll try to cover as much of this as I can.
And this is the individual, the perpetrator.
We've got, again, $500 reward. I'll show you some of this in a minute. Okay. 3 pages. I'm not reading 3 pages. Okay. Jesse Pomeroy. I guess that's the serial killer.
That's the SK.
November 29th, 1859, September 29th, 1932, was a convicted American murderer and possible serial killer, and the youngest person in history of Commonwealth of Massachusetts to be convicted of murder in the first degree. He was found guilty by a jury trial held in the Supreme Judicial Court of Suffolk County in December of 1874. Background. Jesse Harding Pomeroy was born in Charlestown, Massachusetts, to Tom Pomeroy and Ruth Snowman. He was the second of 2 sons. Early attacks. On February 21st, 1872, a 7-year-old named Tracy Heyman of Chelsea was beaten and left on Powderhorn Hill, I guess by Jesse. On May 20th, an 8-year-old boy, Robert Mayer, was also beaten and left in an abandoned outhouse in Chelsea. On July 29th, Johnny Balk was discovered tied up and beaten in an abandoned outhouse on Powderhorn Hill. Soon after the third attack, the Boston Globe reported that the public are considerably excited about what they described as a fiendish boy who had violently attacked younger children. So he was going around after younger children. Around August 2nd, 1872, Ruth, the mom, and her children moved from their home in Chelsea to Broadway Street in South area of Boston. By this point, the father had abandoned the family. Then a fourth attack against a young child occurred in August 1872. 7-year-old George Pratt was found, that's who owned the dog, beaten by a local fisherman. Barely a month later, on September 11th, another 7-year-old boy, Jesus Christus, Joseph Kennedy, was assaulted. He was supposedly lured to a vacant boathouse near South Boston salt marshes. Once there, he was beaten and cut with a pocket knife. 6 days later, railroad workers along Hartford and Erie Line in South Boston stumbled upon Robert Gold, a 5-year-old boy who had been tied to a telegraph post near the tracks, beaten and slashed with a knife. And while the last attack, he decided to look in the window. So somebody witnessed the one attack and
That's how they caught him.
Jesse. Yeah. He was immediately arrested as being the boy torturer. Eventually, the rest of the children who had been assaulted throughout all the years identified him as their attacker. He was arraigned in juvenile court. He confessed to the attack and was found guilty and sentenced to 6 years in state reform school. So at the age of 14, he was paroled. In 1874, a 10-year-old girl from South Boston went missing. God. Then they found a mutilated 4-year-old boy named Horace Millen, who was found in the marsh. Immediately they looked for him, but there was a lack of evidence implicating him in the crime. Then the body of Katie Curran was found in the basement of his mother's dress shop. So he went from assaulting little children to killing little children.
He was
He's a monster.
yeah, he was.
The remains were hastily and carelessly concealed in an ash heap. Pomeroy was taken to view Millen's body and asked if he committed the murder at the coroner's inquest. Pomeroy denied the right to counsel.
Laura.
So they tried him for murder. His lawyer argued for a lesser charge, an alternative charge to murder.
Mm. So this is
premeditation.
okay. So let's go back to the little boy. What was the little boy's name? That
George Pratt.
This doggy belonged to George. This is George's doggy.
He was sentenced to death by hanging, eventually. Jesse.
After so many years. Now, Laura Carroll said that she studied this and when in college when she was taking criminal defense course.
It remained for the governor to sign a death warrant and assign a date for Pomeroy's execution. However, Governor William Gaston refused to comply with this executive responsibility. The only legal means of sparing Pomeroy's life was through the Massachusetts Governor Council. If a simple majority of the 9-member council voted to commute his death penalty. Over the next year and a half, the first 2 votes upheld the execution. Both times the governor refused to sign the death warrant. So they kind of went back and forth.
He probably didn't want. He didn't want any of that on his hands. That's a tough one.
The third vote, the sentence was commuted to life in prison in solitary confinement. He was 16 years and 9 months old. He remained incarcerated in the state prison. He claimed he taught himself to read several foreign languages. He wrote poetry and argued with prison officials over his right to have his stuff published. A psychiatric report on Pomeroy quoted extensively in the Boston Globe after his death noted that he had made 10 or 12 determined attempts to escape and that handmade tools were constantly found in his possession. They found a lot of stuff in his cells that he tried to escape with. In 1970, the support district attorney Palmer's sentence was commuted to the extent of the following, allowing him the privileges afforded to other life prisoners. He resisted wanting a pardon. He eventually adjusted to circumstances. This is all about his life in prison. But there was the sign for the reward for the mutilated body. That was the one they found, I guess, that they witnessed him and that he was eventually charged for. That was Katie.
Yeah, Laura said that the cops, because of the police hesitated punishment due to how young he was.
Understandable back in those days, 14-year-old or 16-year-old committing those atrocities.
So someone's asking,
Pratt,
who's attached to the dog?
George Pratt.
Is that
George
who
Pratt
we think
was
so?
one of the ones beaten but not murdered.
Okay.
That's what I've read.
Okay.
But again, this is in connection with all these people that were victimized by Jesse.
Laura says psychologists today think he was autistic, which wasn't something they could determine back then.
So I'll read you the original card again before we start.
Yeah.
August 17th, 1872, 7-year-old George Pratt was found beaten by local fishermen in South Boston. He was the victim of Jesse. He mutilated Jesse, but he let him live. So this is before he killed anybody. He was just
Right. He was
mutilating
warming
kids.
up.
The stuffed dog was George's favorite and comforted the boy. Claims are disembodied voices and shadow figures have been seen around the dog. Now, is that a traumatized George Pratton?
You do not get over trauma like that from
George
a voice.
Also probably knew what Jesse did and
to,
later
continued.
killed kids and
Yes.
didn't just mutilate them.
Yes.
So probably messed them up.
And then, but the thing is that when someone who's done something like that, and I'm speaking from, he survived that that incident, but knowing that the person who perpetrated that is still out there, that's your boogeyman.
And he killed people.
You know, your boogeyman can the horror of it's real.
Still alive. Yeah.
It's not fantasy, it's real. So
Right,
the psychological behind it is.
All right, ready for Planet Mars? Take off.
Oh, you told me no. So all right, this or this? Well, that kind of like washes it out.
Yeah, you had it too bright orange.
There you go.
Time. My friend up there.
I'm not going to use the red light because I don't want to upset the star.
Why? I like being on Planet Mars. All right. Notice how I'm ignoring her. Because that's what she wants. He wants. Actually, it's what's his name? James. All right. Take a look outside. Oh, she's still open over there. Wow.
Yeah. That's where the noise is coming from. We'll do it that way so we don't. That's still bright.
Xbox. Scanning FM.
Oh, that's better.
All right, hitting the recorder. George Pratt. My name is John. This is Chris. Happy to meet you. I know that this is your favorite stuffed animal from what we were told. I have had a dog my whole entire life, so I've loved dogs as well. We heard the story about Jesse Pomeroy. I think I heard something really significant there. Yes, I think I heard what you said. Jesse, from what we read, started out by abusing children, beating them, cutting them, and then leaving them. Unfortunately, I'm sorry that you were one of his victims. Are you comfortable with us talking about this? It's got a really bad pain in my side. He's got a really bad pain. George, did you follow Jesse's life after what happened to you, or did you just ignore everything and want nothing to do with it? Do you know that he actually murdered people, young children? Do you know that they wanted to execute him? And what do you think about that? Do you think they should have executed him or life in jail? What do you think should have happened? George, were you traumatized your entire life by what happened and the fact that Jesse was still out there doing things and getting worse? Tell me about this dog, George. Was that a gift from your mom or dad? Did you give that dog a name? There is one particular answer that I want to listen to when I was referring to the things that George did. I heard somebody say something about doing evil stuff or something, and I wanted to stop it right there, but I didn't. But there's something there for sure that made me like stop it, like, whoa, hold on a second here, you know?
Well, we're going to eventually take, once Sean's here, we're going to take him into the other room where the equipment is to see if he can use the bell and stuff.
George Pratt. My name is John. This is Chris. Happy to meet you. I know that this is your favorite stuffed animal from what we were told. I have had a dog my whole entire life, so I have had a dog my whole entire life, so I love that was dogs possible as well. I love dogs as well. Entire life, so I love dogs as well. So this conversation ended? Heard the story about Jesse Pomeroy?
Evil.
Heard the story about Jesse Pomeroy? He says, first the word crazy. Heard the story about Jesse Pomeroy? Crazy something. Story about Jesse Pomeroy? We heard the story about Jesse Pomeroy?
Crazy over evil.
That's what I thought I heard.
That's what it sounds like.
That's why I said I think I heard something disturbing. The story about Jesse Pomeroy? I think I heard something really significant there. Yes, I think I heard what you said. Jesse, from what we read, started out by abusing children, beating them, cutting them, and then leaving them. Unfortunately, I'm sorry that you were one of his victims. Are you comfortable with us talking about this? Are you comfortable with us talking about this? Angel is something. George, did you follow Jesse's life after what happened to you, or did you just ignore everything and want nothing to do with it? Do you know that he actually murdered people, young children?
Yes, I do.
Young children? Do you know that they wanted to execute him? Wow, that was like a little kid voice. execute him. So like spared him.
Execute him.
Spare him. Hear it? Spare him.
What do you think about that? Do you think they should have executed him or life in jail? What do you executed him or life in jail? What
Fix
do you
him?
think should have happened? What do you think should have happened? George, were you traumatized your entire life by what happened and the fact that Jesse was still out there doing things and getting worse? Tell me about this dog, George. Is that a gift from your mom or dad? Did you give that dog a name?
Something scared something enough.
I don't know.
Something scared something enough. That's what I heard.
Alrighty, let's take the. Got to it?
What? No. The card, maybe?
No. We've got the basics. You're right.
Yeah. All right, guys.
No, another fun story, unfortunately. So here's what we're going to do, George. I'm going to put the dog right there, okay? And I'm going to...
Anne's asking, did you get touched? Patricia's asking, did you get touched?
When?
I don't know. She just asked right
No,
now.
I felt like someone was crawling on me.
Oh, okay. She just obviously was very observant.
Yeah, no, I felt like someone was crawling on me. I got the spider heebie-jeebies now.
You are a spider. I need to put this down where you get more light. That's too dark. There we go. A little more light.
All right, George. Let me explain some things.
That
to you.
spider.
What?
If somebody said it was that spider.
Let me explain some of this to you, George, because this stuff may not seem normal to you. Again, I'm John. This is Chris. We can't see you. We can't hear you. We did hear you a little bit through that box there. These are things that we use to that you could kind of go back and forth or touch them to let us know that you're here. These illuminating purple lights, they change colors if you release your energy from the dog or if you're just in this area. These lights are like a rainbow. They change colors like a rainbow in the sky, all different colors. Same thing with the lantern there, the lantern here. Same thing with these circles. If you're to move your hand in front of them, they just light up one color at a time. You see the red light? That's because I put my hand on this side. If I put my hand on the other side, it would turn green. We're using that for yes and no. So we have the word, there you go.
No.
And the circle in the back, this, it's also a rainbow. Yeah, and we have the bell. The
Hey,
bell's right there.
Kathy. Hey, John McGinnis.
You could touch the bell, you could ring the bell. We're going to try to use all this stuff to communicate with you and talk to you. And we're going to try one other thing as well. I'll put the headphones on and we'll try to hear whatever you want to say, although I'm kind of, I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see what happens. So, George, whatever you feel like sharing is fine. If you feel like interacting, we'd appreciate it. We never met you before, so this is what we do. We come in here and try to communicate and talk to who's ever attached to things that belong to them and matter to them, and just let them tell their story, or just talk to us, or if they want to share about their trauma or about the good times in their life, whatever they're willing to tell us, we're happy to hear. Okay.
And two, we're very sorry what happened to you. That should never happen. Never.
We're not here to scare you or to do anything disrespectful to you, just to try to talk to you and interact with you. Okay. And that's what that stuff is around the dog. None of it's going to ruin the dog or hurt the dog. It's just what we use to go back and forth with you. So, want to try that?
I do, because, yeah, I do want to try that, because they said the shadow.
What planet are we going to be going on?
Purple. The purple planet. Oh, I broke off my thing. Oh, well. Let's see if that works. Let's shut these off.
All right. So Chris has introduced us to the planet, purple planet, red planet Mars.
Maybe push the light a little back behind your leg.
Huh?
Yep. There you go.
And now we're on the purple planet, whatever planet that may be.
Tonight is an experiment night. Let's see what works.
Anyway.
Looks good. Thank you.
So, well, this is also a different spectrum of light.
Yes.
So.
And with the shadow figures that they're saying and like that, maybe it will help make a difference.
So I'm going to turn on the Ovilus first, try to do some EVPs, and then do the Este method, and see if we can't communicate with you, George. I will say that I know the trauma you were through, and I can't relate because I've never been through anything like that. I was assaulted as a kid, but not close to what you went through. But I'm glad that you at least survived it and made it through, and hopefully you were able to live your life.
That was very traumatizing for you. What happened, you and your friend?
Huh?
You're talking about when you and your friend were? Yeah, that was very traumatizing. They stole from you, and
well, I wasn't going to bring that up, but thanks for mentioning that.
Well, again, when someone else has gone through something.
When people refer to something and they reference it, it's in lieu of telling the entire.
I wasn't saying the entire, but that's a connection between two that have known that type of brutality.
So this is what we're going to do, George. This little tiny box here is a magic box, and that inside this box are 2,000 words. I know it sounds strange, but people believe that spirits, those who have passed, can pick one word at a time and say it out loud. Now, it's not going to sound like your voice, but it will be the word you want to say, in theory. So I'm going to turn this on, and when I say you can start talking, pick one word at a time that you want to say that relates to you or what you want to tell us, okay? Okay. So I hit the button. Go ahead. One word. Or two or three, whichever. Try. Think. Think really hard. Like if I wanted to say something.
Saying it. Can't hear it, but it's saying it.
Oh, it said soon camera? Why isn't it? Speakers on. Oh, no, it's not. It said soon and camera. Soon and camera. That's an odd two words.
What year was this happened?
It's not there. So what do you mean by that? Could you give me any other words? Soon and camera? I mean, I don't know if you know what a camera is. That is a camera. There are two cameras over there. But I don't know if you know what a camera is and what it's used for. I mean, we have a picture of Jesse. I don't know if you saw that or not. There's a picture of Jesse when he was younger, And then there's a picture of the reward poster for what he did to the girl. I believe her name was Kaylin. Anything else you could try to concentrate and say for us?
You could tell us how you're feeling too.
You mind if I pick up the dog and I hold it? If I'm not supposed to, release your energy from around the dog, and I'll see the lights change colors, and I won't touch it. I'll leave it where it is.
Yeah, from 1872. Thank you, Laura.
Oh, I saw it. Okay, so I'll leave it alone.
What did it do?
The this lantern just went up. I won't touch it. Fine. I have no
That's
problem.
his comfort.
No problem with that. I'm going to talk to you from here, and I'll leave the dog there. So we're going to try to ask you questions this time, George, and we're going to try to hear your actual voice, your real voice. This is something called a recorder. Okay? So answer as loud and as clear as you can, and hopefully we can hear you and not get drowned out, but we're going to try this, okay? If you're uncomfortable with anything we're doing and this scares you and adds to your trauma, ring that bell or show me the lights. That's the last thing on earth we want to do. Shit. Shit. That's what I was afraid of. We're good people, George. I have 2 kids. Chris has 2 kids. We've talked to a lot of different people here through the years, good and bad. We enjoy talking to the good people. I'm going to ask you again for confirmation on that. If you don't want to do this and you want us to stop, ring that bell right now or light those lights. All right. Now, if that would have rang that time, I'd have had to stop.
You would have.
I'd had to stop.
People want to know what the dog's name is.
There is no name.
I know. That's
That's one of the questions.
mm-hmm.
All right. EVP session with George Pratt's dog, stuffed animal dog. George, I'm going to reintroduce myself. My name is John, and that is Chris back there. Could you please say your name or say hello to us? George, did you have any siblings, any brothers and sisters? Was the rest of your life good, George? Were you able to live a happy life and put that behind you? Were you hoping that Jesse was executed for all that he did? Was that justice to you? I hear it. I hear it. People are asking if we know that dog was of comfort to you. Did you give that stuffed animal, that dog, a name? Would you mind sharing that name with us? I had asked if this, what we're doing, people use the term trigger, that it brings up those feelings and creates that. Okay, could you verify that and tell us, stop, or you don't want to do this? Did you know Jesse prior to what had happened to you? Did you meet him before somewhere? How old were you when this happened to you, George? Were you did you hear that? Some people
I
out
don't
there?
know what it was,
Oh,
but no.
I don't know what that was.
Sounded like here in the room.
George, again, we don't mean to disrespect you. Do you feel like you're being disrespected right now and forced to relive this trauma? Do you feel lucky to have survived this lunatic and the things that he had done to others? Did you feel like one of the lucky ones?
What did you do in life as you got older? Did you marry and have children? Was your life a happy one? We were able to move on. Are you now with your family? So here's the thing, guys. I know that some of you are saying that you need to move on to the good things in life and,
Hate.
that stuff like that, but we're doing an investigation. What does it say?
Hate.
Hate. And
Slur.
when there's a lot of this type of trauma in somebody's life and what this individual went through, unfortunately, it's not as easy as just going on to the happy, fun stuff. We're investigating, trying to find out and get information to validate that this is who we're talking to and that this is the events that happened. So,
And the claims were shadow figures,
yeah,
and voices, and I think cries or something of that nature. So
we're not doing it to be
no.
ghoulish or to be mean or cruel. Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
doing it to validate and to actually find out the information of what this is, an investigation.
And to document the claims and to find out if he needs help or if there's anything he wants to share.
Even if it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not all Grandma Mary who baked pies, every day. Some of this stuff is tragic.
EVP session with George Pratt's dog, stuffed animal dog. George, and I introduce myself. My name is John, and that is Chris back there. Could you please say your name or say hello to us?
Why? Jinx it.
George, did you have any siblings, any brothers and sisters? Was the rest of your life good, George? Were you able to live a happy life and put that behind you? Behind you?
So low.
Were you hoping that Jesse was executed for all that he did? Was that justice to you?
Did you hear that?
Oh my
Did it
Lord.
for all that he did? Was that justice to you? For all that he did? Was that justice to you?
I think the bell rang. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know the bell rang at that question too. I know it did. So you got a double, you got a yeah, and then you got that. That's double
Executed
right
for
there.
all that he did?
I know that's
Was
when the
that
bell rang
justice to you?
because I kind of pointed at it. And you get the yeah too.
That's the strong emotion coming out.
I'm curious if that happens with other questions because the bell rang more than once. Yeah.
I hear it.
See?
I hear it.
See, double ring. That's
People are
why I said I
asking
hear
if
it.
you. We know that
There it
that
is.
dog was of comfort to you. Did you give that stuffed animal, that dog, a name? Would you mind sharing that name with us?
There's something going on somewhere out there.
Yeah.
I
People
have asked if this, what we're doing, people use the term trigger, that it trigger. I had asked if this, what we're doing, people use the term trigger, that it brings up those feelings and creates that. Okay, could you verify that and tell us, stop, or you don't want to do this?
I hear people in the background.
Did you know Jesse prior to what had happened to you? Did you meet him before somewhere?
What did he say?
To you? Did you meet him before somewhere?
I didn't. I didn't?
Before somewhere?
I didn't? I didn't or I did?
Meet him before somewhere?
I hear
I didn't.
I hear I didn't too.
Somewhere?
What do you guys hear? I didn't.
Do you hear the T?
Yes, I didn't.
I wonder if you knew him.
He said I didn't.
How old were you when this happened
Could you
to
answer?
you, George?
Could you answer with the bell? George,
They're saying they heard I didn't.
George, did you not know Jesse prior to that day? Had you never met him or seen him? Could you ring that bell? Were you up? Did you hear that? It's the people
Yeah.
out there.
I don't know what it was.
Oh.
No.
That's them out there. I don't know what that was.
Wow, he answered two questions clear. Sounded like him in the room.
Yeah, we're not. That's not background noise. Again, we don't mean to disrespect you. Do you feel like you're being disrespected right now and forced to relive this trauma? Do you feel lucky to have survived this lunatic and the things that he had done to others? Did you feel like one of the lucky ones? Oh shit! Did you hear that?
I did.
After the bell. After the bell again. That he had right done to others. Did you feel like one of the lucky ones? Right after the bell.
Oh my gosh. What did you do in life as you got older? What did you do in life as you got older? You got older.
God, that's so far.
As you got older.
Three. There's something there. I can't hear it.
It's too low.
He says like.
Did you marry?
3 things.
And have children? Was your life a happy one? We were able to move on. Sounded like something there. Go back a little bit when I said, yeah, when I said, did you get to move on? We were able to move on.
Got to ring the bell both times.
Are you now with your family? I can hear it.
My stomach.
Yeah, that's outside.
For sure.
Okay.
Wow.
That was pretty good.
Wow.
That was really good. Like you were very clear on 3 things. Very definitive.
So George, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. If you don't mind, I would just like to go over one thing with you because we weren't sure about the did or didn't part, if you don't mind. Did you ever meet? Oh, you won't even let me finish. Did you ever meet Jesse before the thing that happened to you? Did you say I didn't with a T? I didn't meet him before that? Or did you say I did? Did you see him prior to that day? Not gonna give me nothing here. Okay.
Because I honestly, I heard it. Other people, I heard I didn't.
I couldn't sure if the T was there or not. Though,
yeah.
But I think I heard didn't. Let's try one last day, and then I'm tempted to hold the dog, but I don't want to upset him. So
yeah, because he told you he didn't want you.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it.
Because that was a comfort for him.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
And when somebody touches your comfort thing,
no,
it's
I'm
yeah.
Not because he don't want that, so I'm not going to do it. So here's the last thing, Jesse. I mean, not Jesse. Sorry, Joe. Yeah, sorry. I apologize. Here's the last thing, George. You know the radio that we used out there to hear your voice. Um, this is another radio here that I'm holding. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these things on my ears, and I'm gonna listen for the radio for voices. And whatever words I hear, I'm going to say them out loud. Chris over there is going to ask you questions. And if you want to say the words into my ear, you're going to hear me say them out loud, not you like we did just now. It might not work. It might work. If you don't want to answer in my ears, just tell me stop or don't. And
You're gonna have
I
to
will
shut
take
off
the
the
headphones
bell.
off, and that'll be that. I promise you, I will not push it any further.
No.
If you say stop or don't, or you don't want to do this, that'll be that. Okay? So
You want to shut that bell off too, so that he
yeah, you're gonna see me with this funny looking thing over my eyes so I can't see. And these over my ears so I can only hear the words coming through the box. And whatever I say out loud is gonna be words that I hear in my ears. Okay?
Okay, George. Are you okay with talking about what happened to you? Would you like to talk to us about it? Maybe there are details that we don't know that you would like to get off your chest? I know when things happen to us that are so traumatic, it affects us in life. Did you go on to have a happy life?
Listening?
Okay. Were you ever in court?
I'm near you.
Where are you near me by? Are you behind me or are you near John? Where are you at, George? Who gave you this dog?
Family.
Family? You're near family?
Said something about the young.
Okay. So, could you tell me the name of your doggie? Because I really like your doggie. Your doggie's really sweet. I don't know if you noticed, but I was.
It just said you're mental.
Who are you calling mental? Are you referring to the person who hurt you? Are you by your doggie? And if you don't like the expression doggie, it's on the card. That's why I'm saying it. If you don't like that, I'll say something else. Tell me what you'd like me to call your doggie. I promise I will.
Something about Spot. Maybe that was a dog's name.
Oh, guys, Spot. Dead on. So Spot's your dog's name. But there's no spots. Or is that just a tip?
Look out.
Look out? Look out for what? Are you warning people? Are you warning others? Because if you are, that's really...
Here.
You're here with us right now? What is it you would like to say to us? George, you can say anything you want to.
Covered.
What's covered? Is that how you were found? I did ask for details. Because I don't know what happened to you other than what we read tonight.
Try to hide.
You tried to hide? I'm sorry, George. I know you grew up to be a man, and this does not define you. And I'm so sorry. What is it that we can do for you?
My mother.
Are you with her?
Sent for me. Family's there.
Where are they? Are you talking about when they were with you? After what happened, supporting you? They must have been horrified. Did you get a lot of support, George? Were they there for you? Did they help you? What was that?
He said, he said, please don't, they're watching me. That's that.
Can you get rid
And
of
it was a
that?
child who was sort of like pleading. He said, please don't, they're watching me. And that was that.
Can you get rid of that?
What am I getting rid of? I don't know what I'm getting rid of. No.
Okay. Well, it's 9:37. We definitely got some. What are you referring to? The fact at the time? Or what was that about? Or the fact that we are going to be wrapping it up, George? You gave us some very definitive, strong answers.
That was definitely a child. And it was pretty, like I said, the way it was spoken like a child. And he just said, please, he said, please don't, they're watching me. That's exactly how he said it. So I don't want to keep pushing that button,
No.
So, um, so did he get a real dog? I have no idea about his dog or what happened after that.
Yeah, we only have the information that were on the card.
Here's the thing too, and it's sort of built in when you're doing something like this. You just read about it, and it pre-wires you to be, emotional about what someone went through and to know about what this person did to other people. But I feel a sadness around that dog. I do.
How could you not?
I did when I saw it, the picture of it initially on the Creeper Gallery page. I felt kind of, and I didn't read any of the information. I just saw the picture. And now being around it, I feel more of a sadness than I do anything. And the fact that we got those EVPs, I mean, that was really good. I mean, the fact that the bell and the answer,
the answers were clear.
Yeah,
they were clear.
Wow, that's kind of.
But you have to understand too, he survived this. And when you are a survivor of something or someone and others don't, there is
survivor's guilt.
There is, and you carry this weight in life with you. You either get past it and you realize how lucky you are, but in most cases you don't. You just feel, why me? And maybe that's what you're feeling is the weight of the sadness he felt for those that didn't, or he wasn't the only one.
I've had two really bad car wrecks in my life head on, and I flipped over a convertible, believe it or not. And you think of all the people that have died in car wrecks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Young and old, like these kids go speeding and they wrap around a pole. And I dealt with like the wise for just from something like that. I couldn't imagine being the survivor of a psychopath, what that would do to you. And it's my hopes. Again, I'd like to research George's life, and hopefully he was able to live a normal life with family and a nice long life. But I don't know anything more than just what we read. So anyway, that's it.
It was a sad piece, guys. There's no,
they're not all
it's
good. They're not all easy.
actually sad. Sad is too complicit and nice a word in this case.
Yeah, they're not all good. They're not all easy, and we know that even when we look at some of these objects,
And
read
we
the
walk into
backstories,
these not knowing sometimes, and they're
we
hard.
say to ourselves, "Oh my God, this is going to be tough," because
Yeah.
the subject matter is what it is, and we can't.
Yeah, I kind of stayed back from this
shy
one
away
for a
from that.
reason.
So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I don't even know. Today is Wednesday,
Yes.
so
We will not be on next week at the
not
Cooper
from here,
Gallery.
no.
No,
We're getting
because
married next weekend,
we're getting
so
married next Saturday.
we're not
So
we do have an event at Liberty Hall on Saturday, so we'll probably on Friday just to wrap everything up and talk. But we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.
guys, have a good night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and please remember to be kind to each other. It's really important in this world. Good night. Thank you, George. We appreciate that. And John will get a hold of Ken. Good night, everybody.
I like it all.